One day I'm going to get that to work seamlessly. And it's going to be perfection. Right then, good evening, everyone, and welcome back to a long-awaited another episode of the Part of the Pride Aston Villa Women podcast. You've got four of us this evening sharing our views about the last couple of weeks because it's been a while. We do apologise. We had illness, we had injury, we had probably connection issues at some point, but we're back, so don't you worry. Emma, Gary, Emily, lovely to see you all. All doing well?
Yeah.
Yeah. So surviving, not thriving.
I thought you were going to be positive and say it the other way around.
Oh, no.
No, just surviving.
It's a Thursday. We peaked yesterday.
Yeah.
That's true. It's all downhill from here, isn't it?
Exactly.
But no, we're here. We're talking about the last couple of weeks. And of course, the upcoming international break, where we've got some seniors, some youngsters, and of course, some injuries to talk about as well. So, first thing, we need to congratulate the one and only Kirsty Hansen, because she has won Goal of the Month for her absolute rocket into the top corner against West Ham. So, Kirsty, honestly, we were saying just before we came live, it was either going to be Kirsty or Lynn. In the same match for their goals because they were just absolutely beautiful. Need to go into the Hall of Fame. I was going to say, are we all happy about that choice? But it had to be, right?
I did pick Kirsty's out of the two. I picked Kirsty's purely because it was like from open play rather than a free kick. It was tempting to vote for Lynn's though because it was like third time she tried it. But
it was like we knew it was coming, didn't we? We know
But
Lynn
knew
can
it
do
was
it.
coming, but there's also so few free kicks that actually get scored.
Yes.
So that's what put the free kick slightly ahead for me over Kirsty's strike. Because Kirsty's strike was just a typical Kirsty strike, to be fair. That's not going to be the last time we see that leg, but one in the top corner.
I know, 100%. And we always say at the start of the season, don't we? As soon as Kirsty gets going and as soon as the team get going, I hope from now on the goals are going to keep rolling in or rocketed in the case of Kirsty, of course. But yeah, so we just want to start off with some really, really good news because the one game that we weren't live for last week, week before even, was the draw to Leicester. And I think that's all we want to say really about that match. It happened. Yeah. We got the point. I will say the first half was better than the second. I did a lot of shouting at my telly for the second half. Possibly the most frustrating half of football I've ever watched in my whole entire life. But Gary, you were saying actually, Leicester's keeper did a hell of a shift that game.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people are saying that Salmon should have done better, and maybe she should have. But Leicester's keeper was on form, and she's not a small keeper either. She takes up a big chunk of that net with her big long legs, and it's like you go back to the 90s watching Peter Schmeichel in nets for United, and he just made himself look massive. And if you can't see the net, you can't see the net.
And that's the thing, you want a goalie that actually, when all else has failed, all through the ranks, you want your goalie to be as off-putting and as big as possible, in the best possible way.
It was also, however, lovely to see Liv. And she actually did have a pretty good game. She was in the middle of a few things for Leicester.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And we keep saying, don't we, like, why did she have to go to Leicester? I will just say Janina Leitzig is 6 foot. So it's not as if she's a teeny tiny keeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, getting past 6 foot of anyone is a mission in itself. So yeah, I mean, we probably could have been more accurate, but ultimately it was what it was, and we didn't lose. And I think that was the important bit, wasn't it? Which seems quite obvious, but we went into that thinking we should win. We definitely should have won, but we also took something from it, which is the key bit. Emily, what did you think of it? If you've still got any in your memory?
Well, it was very foggy.
Oh, it
Yes,
was.
of
I
course it
remember that.
was.
Really foggy. That is my overriding memory. So the football was really
And
excellent, obviously.
Was that the one where they didn't open the coffee bar as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't really know what
Yeah.
was going on in general with the. That was the day that there was supposed to be Rachel's shirt presentation.
Oh yeah, and they forgot that as well.
Which they like specifically. It wasn't just happened to be in the match day program. However, they highlighted that that's when it was going to be, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah, made a really big thing of it. It didn't happen.
It didn't do it at half time either.
No,
just didn't do
nothing really opened until 10 minutes beforehand.
I think that had more to do with rates than anything. She would, despite what she's done with her career, she really doesn't like the whole being in front of the camera, having the spotlight on her kind of thing.
No, she's not, is she? But again, you'd think like that's fine. Like she doesn't need one. Don't put it in the program. Don't have it as like an advertised thing. When really you're making someone uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think compared to like last season, that's a game we definitely would have lost.
Well, last season that is a game that we lost. Leicester beat us 2-0 last season.
But I mean that type of game where we're sort of not taking the chances we had, and then managing to hold on, and then I think last season we would have something would have gone wrong at the end, and we would have lost the game in a really frustrating fashion. But our defence this year has been like solid, so it's refreshing to like go into a match and think that's the part that I have like the most confidence in.
Yeah, and we've seen that improvement from last season. Simon making us laugh. Even and all, why bring up Leicester? I completely forgot about that game. Yeah, don't worry, we're not spending long at all. Although my slippers were thrown at the TV on several occasions. Honestly, mate, me too. Me too. It was just one of those where, because I remember I had it and the baby was playing on the floor, and I think Georgie was in the kitchen doing something, and I was just like, oh, for God's sake, and just like, what have they done now? It's like, they've lost the ball, they've missed. Awful second half in particular. But yeah, I mean, stats wise, we completely dominated. Again, not that shows 17 shots compared to Leicester's 6, 8 on target compared to their 1. Leipzig had to make 8 saves. So yeah, that proves exactly what we were talking about. We only had to make 1. So yeah, the superior team by far, on paper. But yeah, just couldn't make anything stick that day. However, as we said, it was a point. So that's it. Right. Happy to move on from Leicester?
Yes, please.
Yep, done. See, that was only a few minutes, and we're already done. Now, so that was our last WSL game of October, because of course we had the exceptional Sandwich Cup at the weekend, match day 2. And after this, of course, this period now is now the international break. So this was match day 2, as I just said, in the groups, still in the group stages, away to Bristol City. Hello, baby. Baby appearance. Oh.
Hi, Chloe.
You said hello. You said hello to your fans. Hello.
Hello.
You cheeky chops. You wouldn't think she was ill, would you? It's quite nice. Hi. You're going to pull this off my head, aren't you? I can see you looking. Yeah. Hopefully you still hear me in a few minutes. But yes, so Subway Cup. Now, before we get into the match itself, this and a lot of the other matches were only available on particular club platforms. In Villa's case, it was Villa TV, which you do have to pay for, or if you're a season ticket holder, you could access it as well. Now, I know the Spurs game, that was on Spurs TV, and I think only one of them was on YouTube. So, what do we think about the fact, Emma, I'll come to you first. What do we think about that? There's no FA player anymore. They're not. They're not easy to access, essentially. What do you think?
I think I'm a bit fuming, but I'm just fuming in general. So
Life.
R.I.P. FO player, because although it was a bit of a pain in the bum, it did the job. Do you know what I mean? Especially for cup games, and everything was all in one place, quite easy to navigate as well.
Yeah.
But like, even though like, just put it on YouTube. You just need Bob the cameraman to just whack his tripod up. Like, it's not difficult. I mean,
Camera, tripod, just.
you could always hire a
camera.
commentator as well, but ours got the late train and turned up 37 minutes late. So, you know, either or. I'd cope without a commentator, to be honest, because I really got scared when he like appeared.
Because yeah, so explain to people who couldn't access the stream live, me. So there wasn't any commentary, was there?
No, not for the
Until a
first
certain point.
37 minutes. And then,
I mean,
so I was sat
come on.
watching it, kind of going, I don't really know what's going on, because although I was watching it, I don't like watching it in the quiet. Like, I need a commentator to kind of keep me on track with what's going on. That's probably just the ADHD in me, to be honest. But still, 37 minutes later, this guy just pops up and I'm like, ah! Because I wasn't expecting it. And it's like, just get an earlier train.
Was it just like mid-sentence as well that he appeared? Do you think they
Yeah.
had like the off switch and they've just went, oh crap, we're meant to be live?
God knows. That's very Villa, to be fair, isn't it?
That is very Villa.
But I like the story of him getting the late train. That's a better story.
Yeah, because I mean, if you'd paid for Villa TV, you're paying for that, and that's part of that service. So that's really, really bad. I'm going to lose this. Emily, Gary, I know you were saying as well. No, just Gary. This one. Sorry, Emily. We'll come back to you. Gary, you were saying as well the actual. There's nowhere to watch it back properly because the YouTube channel is predominantly showing highlights, and doesn't really have the full replay back, does it?
Is it not on Villa
No,
TV?
but I looked there this evening, sort of to do a refresher before coming on here, and all I could find was 8 minutes of highlights.
Oh.
It's bad, isn't
I
it?
didn't think about checking Villa TV because I don't know if they have a backlog or not. And obviously, we get that with their season tickets, but I also pay for membership on the website, so I definitely should have had access to it.
Mhm.
No, you definitely should.
So I didn't even think I should have looked at Villa TV to see what's on there, but I'll do that later and update.
But either way, it's still bad that it's not on the YouTube channel. But then again, didn't they take like 5 days to upload it last time? Like, I know it's been over a week now. But...
Yeah, there was something stupid like that. You're right.
Yeah, because obviously for those who might not know, I do a podcast on a Wednesday as well, which is all women's football. And even just normal highlights, if you're trying to pressure on a Wednesday, normally you start at the weekend, you choose your games, and then you watch your highlights and stuff. Some things aren't uploaded until Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, and you're like, that's not even like if we were doing it on Monday night, fair enough, you know, they might not have time. However, by Wednesday, you'd assume that things would be locked and ready to go. I know you want my laptop, but you can't have it. Right, you sit there. Don't cause trouble. She started crawling, so nothing is safe.
It's nice to see you, but the technical difficulties this evening, you know.
Yes, apart from my technical difficulty is my headphones being badged off my head. It's not usually a normal complaint about technology. Watch out. There we go. Right. You can't play with that. So, so it should be on YouTube. So if anyone is watching from WSL Football, we would like actual games to be uploaded in good time, please. That would make us very, very happy indeed. Sophie is saying the full 90 is on Villa TV, but you have to have the full membership.
What a joke.
And that's from us as Villa fans. This bit of hair is really annoying, I do apologise. So yeah, it's just, especially when we're still trying to grow the game, and, you know, away to Bristol was, you know, a decent couple of hours away. It wasn't like a local one either. So the people who made it, you know, fair play to them for going. But for a lot of people, it would have had to have been a TV afternoon,
I guess
and it's just not accessible.
at least
Yeah, go.
at least that one was somewhere rather than the previous one, which wasn't. So
Mhm.
maybe we'll
True.
just continue. Like by the time we get to the final, maybe we'll be on TV.
Yeah. Do we think as well that it's
I don't think we'll get to the final,
Hello.
but that's a different point.
if we did, hypothetically, do you think though that it's because it is still the group stages? What are you doing, Mrs.?
But
The baby
still
will
make
be
it
leaving soon, don't
accessible.
worry. Still make it
Yeah.
accessible.
Mhm.
And it's not
Yeah, 100%.
like
Because
I
it's
think maybe I said this before. It's not like it's not like it's the early stages of a ginormous cup where you've got loads and loads of teams and like they're tiny hometown teams that nobody's heard of. Like it's the first rounds of the cup, but it's all like WSL and championship teams. So you're not. It's not like we're waiting for bigger teams to come in at a later stage. I don't count the Champions League teams because I don't think they should be in the cup at all. But
Let's not get started on that. That wasn't even English. Oh my lord.
It's just though with it being the smaller teams that are in the cup at that stage as well.
exactly
We're just
the ones
taking
that
Yeah.
football away from them.
Yeah.
like they're not gonna have.
Hi.
I'm not sure how many of the WSL 2 matches are. Are they all on YouTube or only some of them on YouTube each week? I'm not sure, but
all of them.
like, yeah, it's just another opportunity for their fans to, or for their clubs to be seen by more people as well.
And they're usually good games to watch as well, especially when WSL plays WSL2. Like, wasn't there one that didn't? It was Man City. Who did they play? I can't remember who they played.
Newcastle,
That was it. And
3-3.
that went to penalties. Like, that's such a fun game to watch.
Yep.
So, like, if I was not a Villa fan, I'd definitely have watched that.
Definitely. But yeah, it's just a letdown because then I mean every week you see polls from people, don't you? Where can I watch this? Where can we do that? Where's it happening? And yeah, it's just not good enough, isn't it? Because if you're a club like, who can I not offend? Sheffield, let's say, the odds of you getting out of the group, even though they're playing all right, are probably not very high. So you're relying on the coverage earlier on to see your team play, and that's it. That's all you're going to get before any of the big providers pick it up or things like that. And it's a good point there. Listen to someone talk about it, and the fact that so little attention is given by clubs or the league makes people not care about it too. Then they then say no one cares, so there's no point covering it, and it's a vicious cycle. Yes, because really there is that feeling around the Subway Cup. Like people are calling it the Sub Cup, the Sandwich Cup. Like everyone's calling it everything apart from its name, which shows thoughts one way. But there is this general feeling of because it's boring, isn't it? Do we think it needs a revamp? Have we talked about this before?
100%.
The structure.
Yeah.
I do. Because you've got the European teams in Europe coming in the quarterfinals. They've got 3 matches and they've won. Like that's it. So we were actually talking on the Wednesday pod about if you're in Europe, you don't come into the competition at all. Because not that they'll miss anything, but then you open it up to like the top couple of teams in tier 3, so then you make it a more diverse competition anyway. But then you make sure that you've always got it's a more random draw, so you get rid of the localized, regionalized.
Yeah, because why do we constantly play Spurs?
I'm sick of playing Spurs. We're not in London. We're not
The
a
only
London
game
team.
I'm excited about is the Blues one. And that's on a flipping Friday.
Hey, that was going to be my next point. Hang on.
I think.
Yeah, go on.
Well, I was going to say, rather than have the European clubs come in at the end and just play 3 games against teams that they probably play week in, week out anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not a challenge.
They should be in it from the start. Make them play the extra
Yes.
game against like Ipswich or Sunderland, sorry, and
but no,
and
it
make
is.
them play their B team and have some like shock results and stuff.
Yeah, because then it's experience for the academy ones, experience for the ones on the bench who don't really get minutes during the league.
Like
and you think
the fact
that'd be
that
a good
you're
idea.
in Europe is already its own, like, is already a bonus. That's already an
Yes.
extra thing. You don't need a secondary boost by coming in later in a second cup. Like,
No.
you should
No.
have to struggle the same amount as everyone else in that cup and go through the group stages.
Yeah. No, I agree. What do we think about Sophie's idea as well? A bit like the Women's National League, 'cause that's tiers 3 to 5. I like the idea of a plate for the teams that don't get out of the group, just like they do in the WNL Cup. They have the plate as well. Do we think a plate would be a good idea?
We love a
Competition.
plate. We love a
We
plate.
do love a plate. Why have a trophy when you can have a plate? Eh?
Exactly.
But no, I like it. And then because
Have you seen some of my plates in Toby Carvery? It looks like a trophy anyway, so you know.
I saw as well, I think it was AFC Toronto won the NSL, the Canadian League.
Oh yeah.
And their thing is like a shield, a bit like the Edinburgh shield. And they managed to drink champagne off of it just fine. So.
Oh, well, hey, if the Canadians can do it, we'll happily copy it over. Because yeah, it could even be like you said. So either your under 23 team, your academy kids coming in, and just giving people an opportunity. Because again, if you're one of the clubs that won't get out the group, that's now your extra matches you're not playing. And then there's weeks between games, some parts of the season, isn't there? So for everyone, really, I think for a better rhythm, that's definitely a good shout. And I was going to talk about it a bit later, but since Emma felt very strongly about this, we have recently had a change, haven't we, in the scheduling? The one game that we were excited about, which is Villa versus Blues in the group stages. We all thought, it's going to be at Villa Park, Sunday afternoon, big crowds, noise, atmosphere, great. They've changed it to the Bescot on a Friday night. And as much as we have very fond memories of the Bescot, Friday night traffic in Birmingham's not great anyway. We all know that. But yeah, Friday night at the Bescot. Emma's already shaking her head. Go on, Emma. Why is this a bad decision?
Just, I'm fuming. So, one, it's a local derby. Why are we having a local derby in a different flipping
ground
area? It's in Warsaw. That isn't anywhere near Birmingham. That is one junction up the M6. I have to it's not anywhere near. Like, imagine the crowd that we could have got in at Villa Park. Like, it'd have been so good. Like, I genuinely think we would have got a really good crowd. And there was people that I was talking to at Synchro because they're Blues fans, and they were like, "Oh, the girls really want to go. We're really gonna go." And now I don't think they are gonna go because it's in flipping Warsaw, nowhere near Birmingham. I say that I used to go to uni in Warsaw, but anyway, like it's just a Friday night. I know I finish work at 10 to 3 on a Friday, but I've got to then get all the way back to the other side of Brum. Absolutely not. I'm not having that. Like, it already takes me an hour and a half to get home. Just, no. Big N, big O, bold, underlined, exclamation mark. Done.
I love how you sat on the fence throughout that. That was a beautiful example of remaining calm and composed. The professional.
Only one exclamation mark's a wee bit disappointing, you know.
I know, yeah. It's expected at least 5.
There definitely should have been at least like 6 there, you know.
I completely agree. It seems ridiculous to have like a derby, and we've got like one of the best stadiums in the country in Villa Park.
Yeah.
and then we're like, no, instead we're going to invite you to our garden shed instead. Like,
Oh, what a welcome.
it just doesn't make
I
any.
know.
I don't get it.
There
And
are
the
2
boys are
toilets
playing,
for all of you.
The boys are away from home, so there's
Yeah.
literally, I don't understand it at all.
No, and it's very strange, and there wasn't even like a explanation or anything with it, was there? It was just a,
No.
hey, guess what? We've changed, and I was like, why?
Nick,
So yeah,
Nick pointed. She said maybe they saw what the damage the Blues fans did to the Coventry Stadium and decided they didn't want anything happening to Villa Park.
so they put it in a stadium that's already broken.
Yeah, they put it in the one
instead.
that's already only got one toilet, so if it gets stolen.
Yeah.
And there's no loo roll anyway, so it's fine.
No, exactly. Bring your own loo roll. Bring your own.
But it's a shame, I think, because
it is
you'd
such a
think that
shame.
would be a huge marketing opportunity for
Yeah.
the run up to it and stuff. And
Because again, location. I know we've said it, but where St Andrews is, where Birmingham City played all of their matches, isn't too far across town, really, is it, logistically? So you're taking 2 sets of fans that are used to being right in the city centre and going, do you fancy going 40 minutes down the road on a good day in this tiny little stadium? And yeah, it feels a bit of an insult because even the Blues fans have gone, what have they done that for? And it's because you could take it as a bit disrespectful, couldn't you? Like, we're not opening the stadium for you. Well,
and it's not like I think sometimes people say that I might get it the wrong way around. Where teams like Arsenal used to play, obviously the pitch sizes are different and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like Boreham Wood compared to the Emirates and things like that. But it's not like our style of play is going to be better at Bescott. It would have been better at Villa Park. Like, we're playing a possession-based game. Like, we want the nicest grass possible.
Not, as Sophie's so poetically
You mean you
puts
don't
it,
want a mudslide?
with stupid poles and shit grass.
Exactly.
I'd say a mudslide at the best cut would be an improvement. Nearly all bloody sand.
That is
It's-
very true.
It's just the fact when we were there, it was the Bristol Rovers game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you saw the underlay of the grass through it because there was nothing left. It was the foundations of the pitch, and you just thought, you can't play a game on here.
Well, somebody described it to like a doll's head, like if you were to pluck all the hair out of that.
Yeah, like the one of Toy Story.
Yeah.
I've also seen several people point out that like our game's been moved, but I assume the Spurs Bristol game hasn't. So,
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
depending on our results, Spurs are going to know exactly what they need to do.
Ooh,
To be
that is a
fair,
very good point.
Spurs already know what they need to
Well,
do
yeah.
because they can't let up.
No, but I
But
mean, if we
Yeah.
lost, I don't think they wouldn't necessarily have to win. But it's just
Yeah, it'd be an
weird.
easier result
They're
for them,
usually at
wouldn't
the
it?
same time, aren't they? Like the
Yeah.
final game of it.
yeah,
Let's have a look.
Stage.
especially the
I wonder who's
last
going to
game.
hit me on the Saturday.
Oh, hang on. Emma, that was
Gary
what
first.
was it? Oh, okay.
What did you say, Gary?
Gary.
Well, what have I done?
No, we're just. I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, so Friday the 21st, that's
Yeah.
us versus Blues. Forest City's on the Saturday, Sheffield Liverpool's on the Saturday, and everyone else is on the Sunday.
Is that the
Bristol
same group?
Spurs at 3:00.
The Liverpool.
But the Saturday game's in the same group.
A and B, no.
Oh.
No, the
Oh.
only other ones in the same group are Bristol and Spurs.
That makes no sense. Why have they done that?
I don't know. There's
We love
probably
the sub-pot.
we do. It's our favourite competition. I mean, there's probably a reason behind it that Villa don't want to share, but I just think with a game that we were so looking forward to, and a lot of people would have gone, I'm not too bothered about, or I can't make Bristol away. not too fussed about Spurs because we see them every week anyway. You know, Blues is going to be like the game we're going to go to.
It's also like I'm not somebody that wants to change the women's crowd into the type of crowd you get at some men's games. But it would have also been an opportunity for both clubs to draw in fans that usually go to the men's games and be like, because like every Aston Villa fan wants to beat the Blues. Like, it doesn't matter what it is or what, you know, what age group it's in. Or
There was one rule, yeah.
exactly. So it feels like such a big missed opportunity.
Yeah.
It does, but they would think that it's potentially for crowd control because obviously, like, if it was the men, they wouldn't put the men's fans in the same stand, in the same concourse. And obviously, they only open one stand at Villa Park. Whereas when they go to the Bescot, they will kind of segregate us a bit more. So they would think that it's maybe for crowd control reasons.
Yeah.
But then you're losing fans anyway, so you're not really going to need to control the crowd because the crowd aren't going to be there. If that makes sense.
That's a fair point because a bit like you, I can't make the game either. So
yeah, and
I'm going to try.
I'm going to try and leave work early.
I'm just going to have to. I think it's a training day, so I think I'll just do the 250 dash. I normally do the 3:30 dash, but it'll be the 250 dash that specific week.
You should get there for 7. Yeah, if you leave it 10 to 3.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've got to get home first, is the only issue.
No, gonna have to take clothes in the car.
Honestly, take clothes in the car and it's bring your mum to work day. So you'll be there and you just go straight to the game.
Yeah,
you'd even have time for McDonald's, you know.
Honestly, getting through Birmingham is going to be a nightmare. Because I wanted press for that match, so I'm gonna have to leave mine like at 10 to 3 probably.
It's alright, we'll be there at the same time then.
Yeah, we'll get a Mackey's together. It'd be nice. So Villa have decided then, so just to round up what we were talking about initially, they have decided to move our final group stage fixture against the Blues to a Friday evening at 7 o'clock. And I think some of them might have to do with the new portrayal of women's football as like this festival, party-like atmosphere of another Friday night under the lights. Yay! Might come into it as well. Or I might be completely wrong.
Under the lights, but
well,
not the best
just for you.
But not on a mudslide. On a lovely, nice Villa Park pitch with a lovely, nice £4 hot chocolate that I'm paying over the odds for, but it's good.
And the chips are good too. The chips are good.
They are.
It's good. But does it make it worth it?
No.
The chips and the hot chocolate. But
no, because the hot chocolate isn't good at Prescott. It's like brown water.
It's already just in the cup.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
yes. Yeah.
Villa Park hot chocolate.
That was really good.
When the coffee bar's open.
At the Spurs ground.
Spurs ground. See.
Well,
yeah. So
but yeah.
they should definitely make it worth our while for going to the Bescot. But I suppose they might think like proper fans will go to Bescot rather than maybe fair weather fans. And like Gary says, if they're advertising Villa versus Blues, it might attract a bit of the wrong crowd. If they're passing by,
but why change the date then? Because now proper fans can't go because proper fans have a real job and work. So proper fans need to then fight through the traffic in Birmingham and get road rage.
I love that I was trying to find some parity in this argument, and Emma's like, no, you will not. You will not have an equal viewpoint. Oh, I love it. I do. I really, really do. Well, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, as long as we beat the Blues after all this hassle, then
and maybe go through. That'd be nice. None of this and don't cheat. Let's not cheat either.
I
Let's
believe
not.
in us.
Well, Noelle made it back at the weekend, didn't she? All legal, all fair and square. So, I mean, hopefully it's looking good. It's looking good for us so far. No more rules broken. Um,
Us in the committee are more disappointed because if the match had been on the Sunday, we had
yeah.
actually organised a wee bit of an end of season party on the
And
Sunday
season.
Ah.
because it's our last home game of the season before
Is it?
the Christmas period. Because the two games in December
Oh.
are both away, so that's our last home game before the turn of the year,
Oh,
and we
that's
were
sad.
trying to have a little bit of a
Funny you
party
say
for
that, Molly.
everybody before we all sort of
Yeah.
have our away days. But even
Oh.
that's had to sort of be scrapped now.
Oh.
Oh, we can do it at Mackie's.
Yeah.
I'll be there at 3
Happy
o'clock.
meals all right.
A pre-match party at Mackie's before. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, Villa needs to talk to the committee about these things, because it's now getting in the way of our plans. Like, come on, Villa, sharpen up. Come on. If anyone from Villa's watching, hello. So the reason we were talking about that is because we went away to Bristol at the weekend. We haven't talked about the match yet, and it was a very comfortable 3-0 win, with some very good goals indeed. So I know Gary and Emily, you were both there, and it did make us laugh on social media because a few of the Bristol fans were annoyed about where you were sitting.
Really?
Emily, did you see this one?
No.
Oh, yeah.
One of Gary does. One of the Bristol podcasts took a picture of the Villa fans and said, the Villa fans are sitting where the singing section of the Bristol supporters usually sit. That's why the atmosphere wasn't as good.
What?
And he blamed
Can they
you
not
lot.
sing anywhere else?
Well, that's what I said, because surely a steward
You
would
sit
have
on the
gone,
chair
"Can you
and it
sit
makes a
here?"
noise or something?
Well,
Like,
well, it's quite clear that that is the singing section of the crowd because all the Villa fans were singing just fine. I didn't hear very much of Bristol though. Maybe
Some of
the
the best
acoustics aren't
acoustics.
the same down the other end of the stand, but given that the whole stand is exactly the same,
Yeah, because it's
um,
one stand, wasn't it? Because it was
yeah.
at the
yeah,
training centre. Yeah,
yeah.
rather than Ashton Gate. I just thought that was quite funny. It was just the seriousness of that's why the atmosphere wasn't as good. Because
I
you
would
guys were
argue that
singing instead.
yeah, maybe had more to do with the weather.
Well, yeah, because it was hammering down, wasn't it?
It was it was
It
really
was
windy and it
awful.
chucked it
If,
down.
if it helps, I was still dressed in shorts and t-shirt.
I know, you still had a t-shirt on.
A man after my own heart,
The,
Gary. I'm
the,
still in shorts as well.
the, one of the girls that was with us in the coach felt bad for me. She knew that I had a jumper in the coach. So whenever I went and got her and I a cup of coffee at half time, she went the other way out to the coach and came back with my jumper. She's like, "You put that on. You look like you're freezing." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll do a bit of pull. Thanks very much."
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
so nice. And that's just going to be what. How much they owe you for the coffee? It's like you just walked out in the rain to get my jumper. I think we're good. Thank you very much.
and this is why we love our little community, don't we? We
Yes.
all help each other out. Now going into it, the last time we went away to Bristol, was well, the most memorable one I think of was actually at Ashton Gate. It was away, and that was our first win. And we desperately needed the points at that point in the league. So going away here, we knew what Bristol City can do, that they can be quite tricky. But luckily for us, we weren't to worry. So Emily, after Rach put us ahead a couple of minutes in, was there a good feeling from then on?
Yeah, I was pleased she scored early because
Yes.
I think otherwise we sometimes sort of have a tendency to fade into a game that might have ended up a little bit like Leicester, where we have loads of chances and then we just But I feel like getting the goal early on gives them that bit of confidence and just a little bit of a cushion where they think, right, we're okay. we can play like we've been training. We can do all the things we've been trying and the combinations and stuff without the pressure of like we still haven't scored.
Yes, yeah, and they can focus on actually doing what they do best and not have that frustration. Yeah.
I think Bristol defended well.
Mm.
I'm not sure.
Mhm.
I think we didn't play our best game, but we had made a few changes, so they were never going to gel maybe as well as the team that's basically started most games. But I think Bristol defended well in general. Also, beforehand, I was sort of like, I don't really know any of the Bristol players. And then they were reading out the team, and I was like, oh, Sophie Ingle, I know her.
So yeah, I know that one.
I'd gone.
Well, Rio Hardy has been a really, really good goal scorer this season so far. So I was a bit worried. So when we kept a clean sheet, I was like, oh, thank God for that. But yeah, so our formation then. So a couple of changes. You're absolutely right. Ellie Roebuck back in goal. Very, very pleased to see Ellie back. Marit's back. We mentioned earlier. Patton and Parker getting a start for the first time in a long time. So 3 at the back. Sarah Malin then been pushed a bit further forward, with Kendall, Taylor, and Maltby, Daly in front of them, and then Mullet and Grant up top. And it was obviously only seeing it from the highlights because full thing's not available. Did that seem to work quite nicely then, even though there were those new relationships? Emily?
Yes.
I think Mullet did great.
I think
Really good game.
I voted for her as player of the match. I think you could tell that like on the Sarah had played really well on the right hand side.
Mm.
And I feel like Chastity always puts in loads of effort up top, but I thought you could tell that wasn't like the usual combo. Does that make sense?
Mm. But what an opportunity to be able to bring in those different names and bring back from injury. And because did Lucy Parker get player of the match?
Yeah, she did. I'm sorry, has anyone got a chocolate orange?
Maybe. It was meant to be my mum's, and then I dropped it on the floor, so now I'm eating it instead.
But if it's already cracked, surely that's a good thing.
Yeah, I know, but I felt bad giving her a cracked chocolate orange for Christmas, so now she's got... There's one downstairs that I bought for myself that hasn't been dropped on the floor, so that is now hers.
Tell you what's nice, just as a quick aside, they've started to do a caramel one.
It's not nice.
Oh, it is. It's nice.
Mm.
My favourite's the pop and candy one.
Oh.
Love the pop and candy one. But no, the caramel's a good close second. Just in case anyone's wondering about my preference for chocolate orange. However, now...
Well, I do know where you live now, you know, so... if you get a random caramel Terry's chocolate orange, I'm blaming Emily.
I would welcome any random chocolate oranges.
I think anybody would.
Yeah.
Free chocolate, yes, please.
Yeah, I think across the board, I think most people wouldn't say no to a Terry's chocolate orange. Always get one in my stocking. So yeah, Emma, good choice. Good choice for Christmas. Now, Emily, I'm really glad you mentioned Chastity, who everyone keeps calling Chastity, and still they have not clicked that there's no second T. It is just Chastity, everyone.
It's alright, because Noelle's name was completely wrong when the commentator eventually turned up.
Oh, what did they say?
Noelle Marriage.
Marriage?
Marriage, yeah.
Marriage. Wow. Well, it was a bit like the announcer in the stadium, Aston Villa Women. Welcome to the pitch, Aston Villa Women. I was like, who?
Oh, there were so many more. We were wetting ourselves some of her pronunciations of things.
She went
But
full
it's just
Des
like...
Landes.
Oh, Des Landes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I mean, you'd look at it and think I can't pronounce that. Like, that's not an English name. Let me have a look
Yeah.
at how I'm gonna do it. Because I mean, do your prep. It's not hard. We've only got about 10 players. Like, just have a look at the team sheet. Have a look at your pronunciations.
But it's like Lynn Wilms, like because she's Dutch, the W is obviously pronounced like a V,
Yeah.
but everybody still call her Wilms. It's like, be nice, do a wee bit of research, find out where she's actually from.
Yeah.
Do you think if her name wasn't Lynn though, which is quite an English name to some extent,
Fair.
if her name was something else, maybe do you think people would say, maybe it's not Wilms?
No.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know,
But
yeah, do your
Jill's no
research.
different.
Jill, no, that's true. Yeah,
You know, and
I
like,
asked
even whenever we had, but like even whenever we had Daphne as well, you
Yeah.
know, all their first names are generally quite English.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, just research, man, research. And Sophie's saying there as well. I don't like the Barclays account. Just calling. Hang on.
The second one.
Missy Bo Kearns, just Missy Kearns.
Oh yeah.
Um,
What's that one about? No. Get out.
like maybe calling Freya just Frey. Just chopping the name off. Yeah, it's just I mean, Missy has said just call us Missy, it's fine, and fair enough. But it's always been Missy Bo, hasn't it? So I don't quite. Just clarification from anyone would be quite nice.
But it wasn't like that when she was at Liverpool. It was
True.
always Missy Bo.
It was always Missy Bo, yeah.
I'd say it's because we're Villa and they don't like us. That's why they've put us at the best got to. But let's not talk about it anymore.
Hated by everyone. And Nick, absolutely right. Daphne, of course, isn't Daphne as we would say. It's Daphne. Yep. Daphne van Domselaar. But yeah, it's but some people and I've seen people say, oh, when English people, you know, try and do an accent, and this is from English people, by the way, and it, you know, it's an ick and it sounds ridiculous, and it's like, no, it's just saying people's names the way they're meant to be said. And that's it. So yeah, well, we're going to keep doing it because we respect our players, and that's all it needs to say. But yeah, no, Chastity Grant. I mean, some of her hold-up play was incredible, but Gary, the assist to essentially cross into Georgia Mullet for her first senior goal. What was that moment like? Because everyone on the pitch, at least, were just over the moon for her, weren't they?
There was that slight wee bit where it looked like Grant had just lost the ball, but then she recovered, held it well, and like the pass her through, Georgia took it so well. That was, even with the defender there and everything else, she held her own and done what she had to do, and everybody was so happy for her. So nice to see because, you know, she's finally getting the chance and a decent run in the actual team. For like the last 2-3 seasons, she's been loaned out. You know, She's spent more time in the South Coast than half the people from the South Coast.
No, it was fantastic to have her back and playing, like you said, because the last couple of years that's been our biggest criticism, hasn't it? Like we're losing so many young players and young talent to other teams, whereas now it feels like we have got that pathway and we're allowing other youngsters to come through.
Showed how quick she was in that game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I thought as well. And I was watching the Birmingham game back against Spurs, and it's a common thing with these WSL2 teams that the second they try and play a bit higher, just the pace isn't. Yeah, they get caught and the pace isn't there to get back. So so having someone so quick up front in Mullet was incredible. Lucia Kendall as well was really promising from what I saw from the highlights.
She's really impressing me at the moment. She's
Very
doing
confident.
so well. so well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a fantastic cross for Daly's header as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm pleased Rach has got off the mark as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
say that's her sexiest goal in a Villa shirt.
Yeah.
I wonder if
There
they'll
we
do a
go.
presentation for it.
They'll just tell us they will and then they won't.
Yeah. We'll all get there early. Because wasn't that there as well? They were like, get there early to the
Yeah.
stadium because we've got this presentation. We've got
Yes,
this
it was
and
meant to be at 11:40.
Mm.
And then I said to my mum, I was like, was it meant to be 10:40 then? And I was like, no, surely they wouldn't do it at 10:40 because no one's going to be here. Like,
Yeah,
that'd just be
there's
completely
nothing.
pointless.
Scanning
Yeah,
you at the
just-
gate. Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense. But yes, that confidence is definitely what a team like Villa need to get going in the league as well. So it was 2-0 at half time. Very, very promising, even though it probably should have been a lot higher.
There were a few errant shots that I think got caught by the wind.
Oh, definitely. Kendall had a few. Mary had a few. You know, there was shots that were very much caught by the wind.
Yeah.
To be fair, me talking about me wearing shorts and t-shirt at the match, I didn't think the rain was that bad until I was watching the highlights there, and I was like, didn't feel like it was that bad. And it was quite torrential.
It's not so bad, is it, when like the camera zoomed out, but when it zooms in and you can see the quantity of rain, and you're like, oh god.
Oh, that was another thing. The camera had a rain spot on for about 15 minutes, so I couldn't see anything that was going on the pitch because it was just blurry.
It can't be worse than the Walton Hall Park camera when Villa were away to Everton, like a season or two ago, and it was just you couldn't see anything, and it was just a blur of shapes because they weren't wiping the camera screen. Oh, Sophie's saying there. Listen to Kate Longhurst talk about Kendall. Said she was so impressed with her last season, and her positioning and reading of the game was so far ahead of anyone else. Yes, and you know, when you've got legends of the game talking about the youngsters like that, it makes you feel like, yeah, she's part of our team and anyone else's.
She's very much deserved her recent call up to the England squad. And I really hope to get some game time.
Yeah.
Really do. You'd hope so in friendlies, wouldn't you? Because a lot of key names aren't there, so you'd hope that this is the time for.
Yeah.
It's good because obviously they've taken Missy Bow as well. And seeing how Missy Bow and Kendall have been beside each other so far for Villa.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, they've been putting in good shifts, like both of them.
Yeah.
So it's a time for England to look at this youth and actually plan for the future, because unfortunately, like, obviously Millie's just retired and there's going to be other players that have been there for the last 2-3 tournaments that might have one more in them, but they're certainly not going to be around much longer, you know.
Yeah.
So now's the time to let these youngsters sort of shine a bit and get the experience of being with those veterans of the team, you know.
Yeah, let them have their moment. Absolutely. Nick's not even sure she's dried out yet. No, it was an incredibly wet, horrible, rainy day. But hey, that's what we love about football. You can never predict what's going to happen next, especially with the weather. Williams, the Bristol keeper, made some very, very good saves indeed. Vilms had a few good shots as well. I think maybe at least 3 that were on the highlights. It was probably even more.
Did you see her free kick?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Like, that was
The way that was dipping, I genuinely thought it was just going to drop in. It looked so close.
Because when we got given that free kick and we were like, oh, Lynn's going to take it. And then I was like, ooh, maybe she's just going to cross it because it's quite far out. It's quite wide. Nope, she still went for goal.
Of course she did.
The commentator had turned up at this point, and I kid you not, this guy said she's never going to score from there. And then she went over the top of the goal and almost scored, and he was like,
Does make you wonder if he'd watched any of her previous attempts.
He was like, no, it's too far out. She'll never score from there. It's even further out than some of the ones that she has scored from. I'm like, sounds like you got faith there.
I've seen the videos that the Dutch squad have been putting up with their training, showing her hitting free kicks and training. It's just quite happily sticking quite a number of them in the top corner.
I do find it amusing, like, any time we get a free kick in that entire third of the pitch, we're like, yep, Lynn's going to take it.
Lynn, come on.
Like, Patsy was, like, stood over one of them as well, and you're like, what? Who are we even kidding? Like, Patsy's not going to take this. Get in the box, Patsy. We know that's it's not happening.
Yeah, we need your head in the box, and we need Lynn's foot there. Hoping that the other team haven't done their research. That's what we're hoping, I think. But yeah, Lynn's got to take everything from now on, hasn't she? I will say though, for Bristol, Ferrugia came closest at getting one back, but her effort just dipped behind the goal, which I mean was good for us, but unfortunately not for Bristol. And then it was Ward who brought down Ebony in the box, who then stepped up to convert for 3-0. Yeah, there's no issues there, was there? Clear penalty brought down.
I think Ebony needed that goal as well.
Yeah,
you know,
been a
I
long
think
time
there's
coming.
been some frustrations, you know, from the Leicester game. Obviously, we were talking about the opportunity she had. I think she's had a bit of frustration, so she definitely needed that goal.
Yeah, no, 100%. And being very subtle as always, everyone shouting, "Go on, Lynn!" No, I mean the other Lynn. No, we don't mean that one.
Yeah, I think
definitely
after Ebony came on in that game, you could tell the different, because obviously Chastity was playing up front, like in a top two, whereas usually when she's on at the same time as Ebbs, she's playing in that wing back position, and so you could tell immediately the difference in their style of play. And like when Ebony came on, it felt like an obvious difference in that every time Chastity was getting forward, she would try and play somebody in or put a cross in. Do you know what I mean? Like a bit like for George's goal.
Yeah.
And just Ebony varies game to game with how much she does this, but that was one of the games where she was like the Ebony of old, where it was like, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna try and beat every defender in the box, and then I'm gonna lose the ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it all myself.
It was one of those.
Get right until the end, and then
yeah. I'm glad she stepped up and took the penalty, because I think, like Gary said, sometimes she ends up trying too hard because she's like, I need to score.
Yeah, like that's the focus of, I need to score. I don't care how. I just need to get in the back of the net. And I think Nick was saying this on the fan club Facebook page about how really, if Ebony is continuing to play like that, maybe that has come from the coaching staff. Yeah. And they've says, you know, this is the way we want you to play. But you'd think, again, if it's not paying off, something needs to change at some point, because like you said, some games, and she does pass it, and like she's got the right instinct, and so we know she can, but it's just more often than not, it's not quite right, is it? So
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens whenever Nunes is back from injury.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. We haven't seen Nunes
also,
yet.
Is it Hajikata, do you call her, the Japanese player that we brought in?
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see what game time she gets. I know she's only 21 herself, but, you know, if we're giving Georgia a chance and so on, you know, you'd like to think that she'll get game time somewhere. And will this have an impact on what game time Ebony gets? Because right now we don't have many options up there. But when she has a bit more competition, what's going to happen?
Well, that's the thing, because if everyone's all fit and well, we've got quite a bit of competition for for those spots, haven't we? And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they are going to blend that,
Because I think
how
as
they
well,
can do it.
like Kirsty and Ebony are kind of pretty similar players in that they'll run with the ball. They're sort of want to take on defenders and stuff. You know what I mean? And I feel like if we played Gabby, she's a different kind of number 9. I know she's wearing 10, but a different kind of forward in that she's somebody that someone can ping a cross in and she'll be in the right place to receive it, to put it in, rather than taking the ball from midfield and running with it.
But there's a bit of that we're missing.
Yeah.
Because the forwards that we do have do want the ball at their feet and do want the run. So we're not really stressing the defence the same way.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be good to have like a combination of the two, or have the option to do that.
I was thinking that, yeah, because Gabby is very much I'll get in the right position, you get it to me, I'll make the run for you. So yeah, I think getting her back, it'd be interesting to see what we then look like. Because we've said, haven't we, loads of times, like that's what we're missing. We're missing that person in the box when it's not Rach, to actually do that.
Gabby's also not. She's been out for a long time, hasn't she? She's also not been in this system that we're playing at the moment with 3 at the back and wing backs.
Yeah,
it'd be interesting to see how.
Yeah, how she adapts. Yeah, absolutely. But of course, we can't finish this without giving a shout out to our youngsters, of course, because of course Georgia Mullet starting is 20 years old and scored a goal. Maltby, who came on, no, she didn't. She started as well, didn't she? 18. Lydia Salloway came on, also 18, and then we had 16-year-old defender Katie Scott made the first team squad for the first time as well. So we just wanted to make it known, we are noticing this opportunity for the youth to come through, and we're really bloody proud of them that they can, that they are integrating so well into the team and providing a lot.
The highlights haven't really showed much of what they done, but when Salloway came on, I was quite impressed with her.
Good.
She did put in a real good shift in the minutes that she got.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the highlights didn't show much, so I'm glad you said that, Gary. Thank you.
I also, just on the other substitutions, it was interesting that when Lynn came on, she played in a sort of midfield role. And I wondered I think in Natalia's post-match interview, she mentioned about, I can't remember exactly what she was talking about at the time, but I just remember her saying about trying new things. And I wondered if that was one of them, because we are, obviously, with Jill's injury.
Yes.
We're short in midfield, and Stan still out.
But I almost think that in the second half, after we had made all those subs, we were actually a wee bit closer to 4-4-2 than what we were our normal formation. Whenever you looked at the way the players were positioned.
They just...
it definitely looked like we were trying to play a wee bit wider at that stage.
But we ended up, at that point, I think, with about 6 defenders on the pitch.
Yeah, but they weren't all playing at defence.
No, I know, that's what I mean. If they're trying to adapt, because we know we've got solid centre-backs in, Patsy and Lucy and Ocean. And obviously Lynn has been playing in a back 3, but I wonder if they're trying to say, maybe we can push you slightly further forward and put Lucy on instead.
I'm going to say it would certainly help Lucy, because obviously she was on sort of the fringes of the England squad before the last injury that she got. So I think getting game time again for her would do her a lot of good and maybe help get her back into the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. I just flicked on Natalia's post-match. So I was like, if it's an article, I can quickly read it. No, it's a video, and she looks soaking wet. They've clearly brought her in from the touchline down the couple of steps. Her hair, her coat, everything's just absolutely covered. Bless her. But
she did not have an adequate coat on.
It's like, come on,
I
Natalia.
love the videos. Like at the match, I love the fact that they make it look like they only walked up and down a couple of steps. They were literally walking halfway around the building. The entrance was round the far side. It's like you went to that side of the building, and that's where the toilets were, where the tea and coffee was, and where the entrance for the players was.
Soaked before you even have a chance. Oh dear. Yeah, so I'm just catching what Nick's saying there. So can't see Gabby being around this season. Surprised Maya's still out because they said it was a little foot bone break. A little bone break. I don't know. Does she only have a little foot? Is that what Nick said?
Aren't all your bones in your foot little?
They are. I'm an archaeologist. I've excavated a couple of feet.
She is at least in training, whereas Gabby's not in training again yet.
No, that's a very good point. Nick also saying wouldn't be offended by bringing Lucy Parker back into the back and throwing Lynn more into attacking mid. Yeah. And then saying about Lucy as well, instrumental in both of our open player goals. Both come from long balls from Lucy Parker, which we've been missing all season. We have, and it's so bloody good to have her back. She just brings so many else, doesn't she?
Kendall can play at 10. So if we did have the idea of bringing Parker into the back line, pushing Lynn up in the midfield, does that give the possibility of Kendall going into 10 and actually having reach right up top again? You know, that there are potential options there.
Well, that's the thing, because Rach has been played as a 10, isn't she? But if we need a proper 10, as it were, and we've got someone that can do it, then why not? Like, go for it, try it, see if it works, and then put Rach back where she belongs up front. So yeah, I mean, comfortable win, 3-0. And like we said, we've only got the game against Blues left to go. We've already talked about the whole change of date scenario. So if you missed it, rewind about 15 minutes. And we're having a good old chat about it. Emma was very calm. Yes.
As always.
I was really hoping the Spurs game on the weekend was gonna be a draw.
Yeah.
I know.
Actually, a little bit fuming about that. I'll said it again.
I was really willing Birmingham to do better against them, and they had a really good first half. Had their chances, but again, like I said, as soon as it gets to that 60 minutes, there's just a drop off, unfortunately. And Spurs, unfortunately, are playing quite decent since Martin Hall's come in and he's got the rhythm back in them. But yeah, so never mind. I think we've blown Nick's mind. Oh my god, imagine the number 9 playing as a 9. Exactly, we can get back to it.
Villa can't do that. That'd be too sensible.
It would. Hey, we're in Natalia we trust. Hasn't wrong so far. I think the last thing I just want to say was some stats from that match actually, just to kind of show the possession. We had 24 shots, 13 were on target, and 9 were saved. So 9 of those 13 had to be saved. So Williams was on fire, the Bristol goalkeeper. And Roebuck, I think. Oh, sorry.
How did one hit? I was trying to work out what the score was. Like, what happened to the one she didn't save?
Did it go wide? I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
I think it wouldn't have been on target. Maybe a defender cleared it off the line or something.
So shots on target 13, off target 6. But that's still missing a few. So maybe it's not wide.
Did we have any hit the woodwork?
They don't have that much in detail stats, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know, but
because
Emily was just saying, and as
No,
Emily
I
was
thought
there,
it was there were 13 on target and 9 saves, and I was like, but the score was only 3-0. Or was it 4-0? I don't even remember.
It was 3-0, but just because the keeper didn't make the save doesn't mean that it didn't hit a defender or something.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of
I said
technicalities.
that
Isn't
toilet.
there?
And they did defend quite deeply for quite a
yeah,
lot of the game. We didn't exactly give them much room to roam, especially in the first half.
No, I agree. But yeah, Nick, don't worry. We've already talked about the toilets.
I said they're already rubbish. They can't get much worse.
Yeah, no, there's nothing that can be done to Bescott really to make it worse. So we'll see. We'll see what the damage is after that Friday night. Right then. Anything else anyone wanted to mention about that Bristol game, or shall we have a look at internationals?
Just what were the other subs? I can't remember. Ebony came
The
on.
other subs.
Lynn.
I can tell you. Hang on.
didn't Sarah come
So
on? Oh no, Sarah started.
Kirsty came
so
on.
sad. So Salloway came on for Maltby. Ebony came on for Lucia.
Oh yeah, Noah went.
Oh, that was another thing. The flipping commentator again. So
Right.
the camera is literally facing down to where the players are coming on, right? So
Yeah.
we have names on the back of players' shirts, and he literally goes, "Oh, I think Salloway's coming on now. I think she's going to be coming on," and it's like she's literally stood on the touchline. I'm almost certain she's coming on, and then he was like, "Oh, I think it could be Salloway," and it's like, no, there's no think about this situation. We know that it's Salloway. We can see her there, and Maltby is giving her a high five. It's definitely her. Not just high five enough for the fun of it.
I love that. There could still be some, last minute changes, and you think, well, she's already got on.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it was at the game, the announcer. I think it was whenever Daly was going off and Hansen was coming off, but she thought there was a substitute for Bristol City at the time. I think it was Emily that was actually over beside her that was keeping her right. It's like, it's not a Bristol substitution. It's Daly
We were
Oh,
going
looking at
off
the
and Hansen
touchline.
coming on.
We were looking at the touchline and sort of just mumbling to each other about and then we were like, oh no, I think it's Bristol making us up, and then she was like, oh, and she goes, oh, I was taking my cue from you. I was like, no, we were just wondering aloud. No, that's definitely our player.
Oh, that's fantastic. Do you think she'd ever done it before?
No,
No.
because
No.
she didn't really even know who the Bristol players were.
Ah.
Or
I mean, that's
from
a
the
bit of a
way
shame.
she was sort of standing surprised by the numbers and names that were coming out of her mouth.
Maybe she was on the same train as the commentator,
Maybe. But do you know what I
and he
mean?
just thought, "Oh, we need a spokesperson. Oh,
Yeah.
come on."
Like, I know
Yeah,
we're like all in it, but like you would read a name on the sheet and it would sound familiar to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd hope before time you've looked and gone, right, I'm going to be working this shift. This is the game. Let me
Maybe it
just
was
have a
just
quick
their
look at the
first time
players.
doing it, but yeah, it was
Maybe.
it
The
was all
poor guard are probably
it was
just
all
being
beforehand.
pulled out of the hot food counter to say, right, will you do the announcement for us today?
In fact, she was just a fan. She just walked in off the street on her way to do the big shop, and they're like, "Excuse me, can you
It was all
come say these
very
names?"
yeah. I know it's their training centre, but it's all very little. It's like the stand at Bescott where we go for like the season end training sessions.
Oh yes, yeah.
But it sort of incorporated everything in the stand. So literally behind where we were sat was the things that said like media, reserved for media, and obviously there's no media there. There's like 2 people.
Oh,
But
that's sad.
yeah, it was just
Yeah.
and they had, because like Gary was saying, the players sort of went through the bottom of the stand to get out to the other side.
Yeah.
They sort of at the end of each half barred off the middle section because the bench is like an old school dugout over the other side of the pitch.
Ah.
so that you can't have people walking backwards and through because the players are coming down to go into the dressing room.
That's when Natalia was absolutely soaking wet because she was literally sat at the park bench.
They had to. The dugout only had like the. I don't even know if it had enough seats for all of the subs, but they had.
Oh.
They were carrying other chairs out of like the conference room for all the coaching staff to sit on.
That is insane.
Should provide umbrellas. She wasn't appropriately dressed for the weather. I think they pulled her from the canteen. Oh, it's a shame. She probably, I mean, bless her, she probably didn't think she'd be
I also
put
must
under the microscope. as much.
apologise to the steward that I was trying to dry my flag and I didn't realise he was stood there.
Did you ring your flag over his head?
No, I was waving it about, but it was completely drenched, and he was stood down in front of me.
Oh no. Right, our apologies go to the steward. You didn't do anything wrong. Emily just didn't see you. It was not a punishment for anything. Oh, bless him. So that was our 3-0 win over Bristol City in the Sandwich Cup. Right then, international break is looming, and in fact there's some internationals from tomorrow night if anyone's interested. It's the first leg of the semi-final of the Women's Nations League between Spain and Sweden and France and Germany. Yes. So it's a 2-legged semi-final, of course, and then the final is end of November, I believe, which is why we have friendlies, because we didn't make it to the semi-finals. So we, England, most of us, England, have a match on Saturday at the Etihad against Brazil, and then there's a match in Derby against the Matildas on Tuesday. And there's also Women's Nations League playoffs as well, for either promotion or indeed relegation. So it's all to play for. So don't worry if you don't want to watch the Lionesses. There's plenty of other stuff going on as well. Our internationals, then, we were just thinking about who we've got going where. For the Netherlands, of course, we've got Lynn being called up. Chastity has had to withdraw through injury, so we do hope she's okay. And she's okay for the first league games back, selfishly, as well. For the England seniors, we've got Missy Kearns and Lucia Kendall. Again, first call up for the seniors for Lucia. And under-19s, we've got Rachel Maltby and Georgia Mullet for the under-23s as well. So it's fantastic to see so many internationals get called up. We've got Noelle as well, of course, haven't we? For Switzerland. Why do I feel like I've missed loads of people?
Kirsty,
Did you say Patsy for?
Oh God, yeah. See, this is why I need you all. So Kirsty for Scotland, of course. Patsy for Ireland, because they've got their promotion playoffs.
Sabs for Canada.
Sabs, yes, for Canada as well, of course.
Hopefully she'll get some game time, because I think she's been playing better than Sheridan.
I hope so. I really hope so. It's always really sad not seeing Dree, of course.
Yeah.
I miss Dree so much.
France is still no Kenza. No, that is not English, Emma. Oh my lord.
France is still no Kenza. I know what you meant.
Yes, still no Kenza for France.
That one.
Ooh, excuse me.
Speaking of Kansas, she has to go player of the season for
the Wave, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she would reveal all, didn't she?
Hey?
She did, but
Kenza
since she
said she would
that,
reveal all, but been very quiet. So I don't know whether maybe she's been told not to, or
maybe she's just mellowed in the San Diego sunshine.
Yeah, she's realised maybe it was just not time.
I'd like to try that. I think that might be a good thing.
Should we arrange a trip to go see Dree in Kansas?
Yes.
I would
Maybe
happily
when's
do
the
that.
They've made the playoffs, haven't they? The Wave, maybe.
I
Maybe
believe
if they
so.
get through to the the final game, the championship game. I don't even
That'd be
know how
good.
it works.
Do we know what month the final is?
The season starts in March, so I don't know when it finishes. Must be fairly soon.
Fairly soon. Let's see. Okay. San Diego, California. What airport's that? LAX maybe? Los Angeles? Los Angeles, any? Okay. Okay. Totally not. Live checking prices to go to the final. If we fly on Wednesday the 3rd of December, I don't know when the final is, of course.
I'm in Panto. Sorry, guys.
What?
We'll send you pictures. Don't worry, Emma. Don't worry.
That'll do.
Okay. Okay, one adult traveling economy. Let's go. One adult. From London. Let's have a look. How much are they charging me to get to LA? It is November.
The 22nd. And
November
it's
the 22nd.
It's in
I think that was a red
It's-
price.
in California, where Bay FC play.
Oh, okay.
Why are you
Did
fly
you say the
from London?
22nd?
But Birmingham is an international airport. Surely there's one go from there.
Oh, I don't feel like they
It's
do.
always cheaper from London, though, isn't it?
Not in my
I think
experience.
it's from Birmingham. Birmingham's expensive. Gary, who do you fly with? Because I need your tips.
Well, generally, whenever I'm flying, I'm going home or somewhere in Europe. So it's usually, like Ryanair or somebody dirt cheap because I don't,
We're
Oh,
going
so
to
you
San
have,
Diego
you have to pay extra to breathe.
California.
Understood.
to see Ken's injury.
Okay, so
See, I'm Irish, so I'm allowed to breathe on the Ryanair plane. It's your fault for being English,
oh, that's fantastic. Okay, just to do a comparison then, instead of London, Birmingham.
Watch it double.
Birmingham Airport scares me.
I'm saying nothing about Birmingham Airport. I have my own opinions.
Let's do 21st to the 26th. Make the hold out, but okay. Okay, from Birmingham to Los Angeles. Yeah, more expensive. I mean, by £50. If you're spending 600, what's £50 at that point?
By 50 grand, but you're paying that on the train to London anyway.
Drive. Oh, the fastest one at 13 hours 40 is £1,449.
What am I doing for 13 hours, please? I can't cartwheel in the aisle. No chance.
Honestly, when we went to Hawaii, right? I swear I saw 2 o'clock in the afternoon about 5 times, and I was losing my mind because of all the time differences going backwards. It was the weirdest thing in the world.
Wait,
What?
we can fly straight from the Blues game at Bescott because it's the next day.
We can. Yeah,
It's the 22nd.
we'll just go straight to the airport.
You've got to drive
then
all the way
get
back
off
down
there.
the M6 to get to Birmingham Airport.
You mean Warsaw don't have an airport? What's that?
No. The famous Bescott Airport has
We might as well
closed.
just carry on up to Manchester, probably, from Walsall.
I mean, you're halfway there, may as well.
Yeah, might as well. Manchester or Liverpool. Love that, like, get back
We
on the
can be
M6.
back in time for
Go on.
work on Monday, sorted.
Can you imagine going on a 15-hour flight to watch a match, to have fun,
Oh, imagine the
and then
jet
to come
lag
back
on
again?
Monday morning.
They'd probably just undo it,
I
so if you
can't
wouldn't be there
function
long enough to,
nowadays, let alone with jet lag. I call kids the wrong name anyway.
It's always the first couple of weeks, so when you look at a child and you go, can't remember who you are.
I had a child sit down with me tonight at parents' evening, and I looked at her and I went, she went, such and such. I went, I wanted to say that, but I was too scared to get it wrong.
It's so early in the term for parents' evening. It's mad.
It is.
It's because again, you don't even know the kids yet.
Literally.
But anyway,
I tend to find that the teachers only really remember the naughty ones.
That is very true.
Yeah. Yeah. In secondary school, I had a teacher who said, tell your parents, if I don't know your name, then it means I've got nothing to say about you. So don't make an appointment with us at parents' evening because I've got nothing to say. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, just
Unfortunately, all my teachers knew my name.
well, that's because of your charm and wit, Gary. That's why.
Oh, that it was interesting because my brother and sister went to the same school, but they were collecting their GCSEs, the award night. I ended up going up to the awards night, seeing my teachers, and they asked me what I was doing for a living. Of course, I now work on fire alarms and get to set them off quite frequently. I don't recommend this, but I also got suspended from high school for setting the fire alarm off. So I knew McCollum at the age of 13.
You were already on that path.
And the principal just looked at me and went, of all the people that I've ever taught, you're the one that would bloody well happen to. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Oh, dear, mate. But hey, you knew there was a job there for you because you loved it so much. Oh, Nick, I've just seen. Sorry, where we're going? We're going to LA. Going to watch a match and then come all the way back. Yeah, we can club together, get a few. Yeah, absolutely, we can do that.
Whoever's smallest can hide in the suitcase, and then we'll just book half the amount of seats, but all the luggage.
Yeah, that's true because they don't actually check you. Oh wait, they do at the scanner, don't they?
Yeah, you might get a bit of an X-ray as you go through the machine.
Yeah, just check you're all right. Yeah, absolutely.
See, it helps that Emily and Freya are small enough to fit in the case. The issue is it might be a little bit heavier than the 30-kilogram allowance.
How rude.
If you weighed 30 kilos, it's like my leg.
I know, can you imagine? God, what have you got on this one? Nothing.
Why don't you just book 5 cases and take one? Then add all your 20 kilograms together.
Hey, someone's flown before.
You do realise that I just told you that you weigh 100 kilos, though?
No,
that's
but
nasty, Emma. That's
I'd
nasty.
take more offence to that, couldn't I? Rather than 100 kilos.
5 was just a number.
Well.
I just picked it out of the air.
I love the panic in your eyes. Backtrack.
I'm not fat, I'm just big boned.
Yeah. I have giants in my ancestry. Don't worry. Oh dear. But yes, so if we do make it to LA, we'll keep everyone updated. Imagine, I'd love to do that. So I think that is about it then. I just wanted to tell everyone. So Friday, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches to choose from if you so wish.
Like tomorrow.
For tomorrow night. Yeah. Starting from 4:00 with Kosovo versus Turkey. That is for the league's B and C playoff. And the semi-finals, as I mentioned earlier, it's Germany, France at 4:45, followed by Spain versus Sweden at 7. Sorry, Emily, what did you say?
Oh yeah, I asked what time they kicked off, but you were saying it.
Oh, yeah. So 4:00, there's a 4:30, there's a 5. Republic of Ireland, Belgium is on at 7, and Northern Ireland, Iceland is on at 7 as well. Unsure where they'll be broadcast. Maybe some will be on iPlayer like they have been, but I assume UEFA might let you know. Apart from that, the official channels should let you know as well. Honestly, a VPN is probably the best thing I've bought ever, just to try and watch these ones. And then on Tuesday we've got more playoffs and of course friendlies as well. And they're for leagues A and B. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to post on the Whole 115 Yards page, which is of course in partnership with a fan club for this podcast. I made graphics ages ago when we actually finished playing the Nations League about who's playing who and why and what position they were in. So I'll get those posted tomorrow before the games start. If anyone would like a colour-coded update of what's going on. So there we go. But yeah, I think that's about everything. So we just wanted to wish our internationals the best of luck. Please don't get injured. Come back to us fit and healthy as possible, because after the break, completely gone out of my head, we have...
At home.
Not
Oh, but they're two completely different ones, so let's have a look.
I was not United.
Women's...
That's completely wrong.
United soon, though, isn't it? Let's have a look.
Is it United or the Wednesday?
November.
Yes.
So we're at home to Everton. Home to Everton on Sunday the 2nd. And I think... I mean, Everton are in a bit of a hit and miss part at the minute, because I think they've got 8 or 9 injuries to their starters. So I think this could be as good a time as any to play Everton, but of course we need to be on our toes as well. Then we're away to United after that. We knew it was close. And then we're at home to London City on the 16th.
Hasn't that one been changed as well, or I just imagine that?
I think it's midday.
Yeah, it's still shown as midday on the 16th.
Is Everton still not midday?
Everton is midday.
Everton's
Sunday the
midday.
2nd. Yeah, because they're doing the thing, aren't they, of, hey, let's put them all at the same time.
Somebody needs to tell the coach.
I hate that. I'm not going to talk about that because I apparently hate everything tonight.
No, there was a...
Midday's okay if I'm going to Villa Park. Midday's not okay, but I'm having to get on a coach at 6 o'clock in the morning to go down to Crawley to watch us play against Brighton.
Yeah, it's just they haven't thought about it, have they, at all? However, I don't know if anyone saw Soccer Donna's post yesterday. About 87% of fans dislike the new time slots implemented by the broadcasting deal.
I just hate that they all kick off at the same time, because then I can't watch them all.
So
It's so
that's the thing,
frustrating.
yeah. So it's saying fans watched 3.6 games on average each round last season, compared to only 2.2 games this season. Key audience, families with children, are excluded from attending Sunday morning matches due to grassroots. And I know Sophie in the chat, that's something Sophie struggled with as well. Fans mentioned not being able to travel to, mostly away, games anymore because kickoff is too early and public transport simply doesn't exist in quite a few places on a Sunday morning. And teams with a smaller following could be negatively impacted by fans choosing to match more exciting matches over those of lower league teams as well, if you've then got to pick and choose who you can go and see. Oh, but that's the one that's been moved, the United one. It has gone back to LSV, although it's not called LSV anymore, is it? It's called the Unity Stadium something. Instead of Old Trafford, but Old Trafford would have been a good one, wouldn't it? So
They did that last year because it was meant because we were going to go because I wanted to go to Old Trafford and then it moved and then we went to the one not last year because we went to Everton for my birthday last year, but the year before, and I didn't realise until after we booked tickets that it was at Leigh Sports Village. And I was low-key a little bit fuming because I wanted to go to Old Trafford. But it was all right because it was a nice weekend anyway.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a random story, but anyway.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Progress with Unity. And
I think the problem is it's the middle of the winter and Old Trafford has holes in the roof, so you'll just end up getting wet.
That isn't smart. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but 2 years ago it was in January. Oh no, that's still winter. Ignore me.
Oh, Emma, we do love you. We really, really do. Oh, fantastic. But yeah, so a couple of little things changing with schedules and stuff. But of course, we will keep you updated as we go. And I think that was it pretty much. Is there anything else that anyone would like to mention before we go?
Mm.
Just as you had spoke about being in partnership with the fan club, and
Yes.
for those that do come in, join the fan club, maybe want to look at the Chant app with some of the
Yes.
discounts that are available and so
Yeah,
on it.
Gary, tell us all about it. What is the Chant app for people who might not have seen it yet?
The Chant is something that a couple of other clubs have also sort of brought this on board for their fan clubs. So on there, we do have the information. It's quite up to date. It tells you what the fixtures are and what the current league table is. You can make guesses at predict what the score is going to be for the game, and it has all that information there. But also because we have the shop on it, if you wanted to book your tickets for like an away coach, you can actually book your tickets via the app as well. And on there, it's £5 membership for the season, but there are discounts there with local companies, like printing firms for if you want to get T-shirts or hoodies or anything made. There's a couple of photographers who are involved. There is one particular Burger King branch that you can get discount in as well for anybody just fancies a cheaper burger. So well, we are always looking for other sort of sponsors that want to get on board, and yeah, I think for £5, the savings that you could actually make are decent, and the app's only going to grow. I think we have about 80 people on it at the minute, so for something that's only
Okay,
been
yeah.
up and running for a couple of weeks, it's starting to take off. But and it does have a chat
Yeah.
function on it as well, so I think for those who just want to have kind of exclusive match day chats. Um,
Yeah.
you can do that without having to scroll through the spam that you get in all the usual
Mhm.
fan club groups.
Oh, definitely. And yeah, so like you said, £5 for the year. It's just a one-off payment, isn't it, for the year? And then next season, obviously, if prices do change, then we'll keep you up to date. But a bargain, we do say so, with all of the features that are involved. So yeah, so
Absolutely.
go check that out. It is on the Facebook page as well. If you're not sure what it is, but yeah, it's a really really good little app. That keeps you up to date with all the match day stuff. And like you said, with all the predictions and stuff, it makes it more interactive, doesn't it? And you can check in as well, can't you, at matches? And it just makes you because there's other apps out there like Memento and things, but this one is specifically for Villa and specifically for the women's fan club, so we can
But
all be involved on match days.
when you make your match predictions, there's actually a table of all us that are members and making predictions. So you're actually in
Oh,
competition
brilliant.
with other people to see who gets the most points at the end of the season.
Oh, I
We're
love that.
hoping that if
That's
it
fantastic.
takes off, we'll maybe put a prize on the end of that. But at the minute, there's not enough people involved to sort of merit doing anything yet.
But hey, we'll get them. We'll get the people
But
involved.
we certainly will.
Yeah,
I
of course
just
we will.
thought of one
Early
other
days.
thing
Yeah, go on
that
then.
I read the other day. I can't remember the name of the person or who they are, but didn't a wealthy person invest specifically in the
Oh
women's
yeah.
club?
Yes.
Yes. I love that. We're like, yes. Oh, I can't remember
I
who.
don't know who they are or what
Yes.
it
Hang on. I'll find it.
exactly was. I just remember reading it.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
It's like a
I
minor
think
Um,
Bella
investment.
announced it as well.
somebody who was already on the board is now sorry, the cat's scratching the carpet. Stop it.
Mhm.
Is now specifically invested in the women's section. Is that what happened?
That sounds about right.
Because we're sort of separate now, aren't we? Because we've sold. We've been sold.
Yes. You'd think it would be more easy to find, wouldn't you? Because it should be on the news. News page. Maybe it's on. Hang on.
It was announced by Villa themselves on the Facebook page a couple of days ago.
Yes, let's have a look.
Mark.
Yeah, silly me went on the website.
Here we go. Mark Czar.
That's the one.
You're going to say Mark Zuckerberg then?
Could you
He's made a
imagine?
minority investment into the football club and will soon join its board of directors.
Well, hey.
So it's a new investor.
Progress is progress.
Progress is progress. I agree.
It's just good that it's, because it's us specifically, that, like, it's not something that's got to be, you know, it's a new investor for the club as a whole, and a portion of that might eventually trickle down to us.
So.
We're already a separate entity.
You really would. I don't know if I've missed another post as well, but there was a post from Villa saying checking in across the world to camp. And it's only Noelle, Lynn, Sabs, and Missy Bo. There's no Lucia on there. Rude. Missed her out.
I forgot.
Oh, they haven't forgot. Well, oh, there we go. She's got a separate post. Reporting for lioness duty. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Everyone's included. We're good. We're good. We're good. The other thing that I don't know if people have seen yet. Have we all seen Lucy Parker's impression of Kirsty Hansen?
Accepting her.
Oh, we got accepting her goal of the month award because Kirsty is of course off with the Scottish camp. They had to accept it on her behalf, and Lucy Parker did a very good impression of Kirsty accepting it, because of course she did. And of course the best thing to end on is everyone telling Nick that she's fabulous. And it does need a mention. It does, Nick, and we miss you. We miss you lots on the pod. The ray of sunshine that you are and always bring to the pod. But no, we do miss you and hope we see you soon on our screens. Now then, I think that is everything. So, thank you very much to everyone who's got involved in the chat tonight, who's watched, listened, and just gets involved. We really do appreciate it. We will be back next Thursday with some international news, and we will be updating socials, especially the 115 yards, more so now the international breaks here, with all of the latest football news. So I will put on the end, of course, our usual branding and where to follow us and handles and things like that. So yes, if you haven't liked, subscribed, followed, the usual stuff by now, please do so. We do really appreciate it, because I think we're up to nearly 90 subscribers on YouTube, which is really, really good. So yes, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. And we'll see you again next Thursday. So hopefully this works. Hopefully this is more smoother than last time. But yeah, good night everyone, and we'll see you soon. Watch it not play now. That's. Hang on, let's think about it.